All right, cheesy one for the holiday season here. But people often ask, like, how do you get in the game industry? What is the tip that you can say for, like, the one thing that really helps you out, or as you get started? What are the ways to think about it? Here's the one thing. I'm not the smartest person. I am not the best person at anything. But I have one superpower. You can have the superpower too. It's a pretty easy superpower in a way. It's don't be scared to work. Just hard work. Yeah. I wish there was some secret magic thing I could tell you, but just hard work. I got lucky in a way that during college I worked horrible construction jobs. I did work for different companies every year, but every year this is horrible in different ways. But I mean, I worked with a bunch of alcoholics that sometimes we couldn't do a job where we would dig out the drain tile around a house because with equipment because we couldn't get it in there for whatever reason, and they'd be like, "Hey, you get some guys and go off and dig a hole, with shovels." I often, even though I was 18, was the lead because I was the non-alcoholic. So you're working with some drunks with shovels. It's a good time. But you learn, like, yeah, digging a hole, man. You gotta start in the morning and you got a shovel. You're gonna dig till the evening. I also understand why alcoholism is so rampant in that industry. But whatever. Okay, so you just learn, just work at it, right? Now we all know, like, if you go into a place and look around and see people who are working, there's gonna be a bunch of people who aren't working, right? They're screwing around, they're watching YouTube videos, they're just jerking around of whatever, but they're not doing their work. And then, I see this a lot at companies I've worked at where they would do that till like 2 p.m. And then they'd be like, "Oh my God, I got so much work to do." And then be complaining, and then they'd be, "Oh my God, I got to work till 10 tonight." Yeah, because, yeah. I always took any minute I'm at work, be it traveling or work itself, as I'm away from my family. And so with that, I'm going to make sure that I'm optimizing that time. Because I do work a lot, so that I do want to have time with my family. And how do I do that? How do I spend time that way, right? My wife's an artist, so she kind of understands this work set as well, that you work a lot, like that work is the thing you're doing. Because this is the other big part of it is I'm passionate about making games. I like games, right? Not just playing games, but making them. I'm super interested in the craft and what happens and how it's made and what works and what doesn't work and where trends are going and all of that, right? Like, there's a guy, Professor Galloway, who keeps thinking he's super smart because he says, well, don't go for what you're passionate about, go for what you're good at. Which means then a bunch of you are going to be sitting in an office somewhere hating your life. That is literally where that comes out, right? Because you cannot learn passion, but you can learn how to be good at something. And so you can do that by let's jump in. First of all, if you think that there is any kind of gatekeeping to entering the game industry, no. Well, engines are free. You can download them for free and you can start yourself and you're in the game industry. We're peers. Like, it's that easy. Just do it, right? Nike really kind of took that saying and ran with it, but it's just true, right? Just start doing it because you may find out, like, I have friends who are programmers who wanted to be in the game industry. They thought programming, but then they started doing the business side of it and they found out they really love that. And that's what they're passionate about, right? But you're always going to work better if you're doing the thing you're passionate about. If you don't care about it, like, you can tell when someone's on a project that even if they're passionate about making games, they're not passionate about that project. And they're like, like, you can tell, you can see that. I mean, one of the things that I'm really lucky about is not only have I gotten to be in the industry that I love, but I've also gotten to be on projects that I love, right? And you can see I didn't ship everything that ever came out of Valve during my time there, and that was deliberate, right? There's some things that I was less excited about, and things that I was excited about, right? And so with that, getting to work on the thing that I'm working on now. So, I mean, I'm actually working on a longer video for the Anacrusis that I was going to hope to release before the holiday sale, but I'll do it today. Like, you don't beat yourself up. You're trying. You know the work you're putting in. But it's on the holiday, right? Everyone else is taking off, but I really love our game. And it's just not because I'm the boss. I did this, I did this at Valve. I did this everywhere I've been. I've been like, how do I optimize for the time that I'm doing this thing and then go do it, right? Like, so we're talking about the VR stuff the other day. A lot of my VR stuff was travel and it's fun. And I got to see a lot of things, but I was also like, I got in bed at night. I slept, I didn't go crazy. I did have a fun time. I saw a bunch of cool stuff, right? But like, again, go back and go, 18-year-old me would be like, oh my God, I'm here doing this? What? Right? So, like, I'm appreciative of that. I don't need to go crazy on that and jeopardize what I'm working on or doing and what I care about. And so here's the thing is you may not be passionate about video games and making video games. You may like playing them. There's a difference, right? Because making them is this whole other thing, right? People talk about the three body project problem, right? And that's a book as well as an actual thing. And the actual thing is just once you get too many things going, like you have a bunch of people going, it may not work out. You may not like working with a bunch of other people on the game because they don't see the way you do, which, okay, could be a personality problem and you're a toxic human being. Or it could just be that, hey, it didn't work out or that team didn't work out. That happens. It's okay, right? But like jump in and try it. Try something. And if it's not for you, then find out the thing that you are passionate about because, man, you're going to be way, way, way happier. I mean, I'm in my 50s and I am entirely happy working on a Wednesday during a holiday to do stuff because I really like what I do. This is my fun, right? And so just start doing it and then focus and do it and make sure that, have that kind of time bank that you're going to spend time elsewhere doing other things, be it with your family or I play piano as well, or, doing other things outside of the games, making sure that you're spending the time for that and you put that in there and go, okay, this is protected time. I need to get this stuff done in time for that, right? And so then you're focused, you're doing it. You're not just watching YouTube videos, or I'll tell you what, you go list every TV show in the last 10 years, maybe not 10, but like I watched Succession. That's all I watched. I don't know, right? I didn't watch Name the Show, right? Occasionally I'll watch something while, video games, you have downtime and stuff, but I just don't sit in front of the TV and veg out. I'd rather be doing something that I care about and making, right? And I tried to watch that happy soccer game, Ted something. And I just couldn't take that show. Oh, dear God. I couldn't take that show. Every single thing, like this glass, there's coffee in here. Reminds me of when my father gave it to me in my third, like, oh my God, not everything has to be so serious. But I get people like it, so that's cool, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not passionate about that. I don't really care about that. So yeah, I don't really watch it. But I will scrub around and play some stupid indie game all the time. Heck, this is tonight at 8:00. We're playing MVM with the community. You got to sign up because the slots are going to fill up. We do 10 player MVM. But like people that I know that aren't in the game industry are like, well, dude, it's the holidays. What are you doing? Working? And I'm like, that's not working. That's hanging out with friends. Like those are my friends on Discord, right? I'm lucky that as an older dude, I'm really wandering here, but I was online early on in the 80s, right? And so those connections are as real as anything, right? And so yeah, I'm going to go hang out with those people. And again, it's doing the thing I'm passionate about. We're actually playing a game I've worked on, right? Which is weird because it's so long ago. I don't even really feel like I worked on it, but I really like it. And we're going to play it. And you're invited to come discord.gg/DreBombay. But like, it's not really an ad for that. It was just really just like, if you do one thing next year is just pick the thing that you think you want to do and just start doing it and see. You may not like it. There is a lot of things I am bad at. 3D modeling, man, I wish I was good at 3D modeling. I wish I was passionate about 3D modeling. But those two things combined together, that I get bored. I don't want to learn about it. I want somebody else to do it. Yeah, as much as I try to get in there, I just have no passion for that. And so you can tell anything I've ever 3D modeled. I don't think anything I have 3D models in the game. Well, some of the mods. But whatever, right? Like I'm going off. But like, right, just pick something. Just do something. I mean, take this downtime and just go experiment and try something. Pick it up. And don't flip out if you end up, you're not passionate about the doing of it, but you are passionate about the consuming of it. That is fine. Right? And also, I mean, some people are just passionate about their families or their hobbies and everything, and they phone it in at work. I couldn't do that, but I get that, right? But yeah, so there's my holiday greetings message. Cheer cheesiness is just it's a Nike ad. Just do it. But yeah, like just do it and don't be scared of the hard work behind it. Like if you aren't scared of hard work, you are better than like 90% of the people sitting around you. So have fun.